Ironwood Games. This is Andrew, and welcome back. We're going to continue our sealed Kaldheim um, experiment. So last time, if you were with us, you recall. If not, we're playing an Abzan kind of build. We went up against a red-white opponent last time, and he was a little bit faster than we were ready for. Didn't get quite set up in that. We've got some good power in the 3s and 4s. So we're going to go in for another one, and we're going to see if maybe just the format's faster than I think, and maybe we need to go back and readjust that our curve and see, or maybe he just had a fast deck. Viking 1996. All right, so I like these lands. Unfortunately, we don't have a forest. To do anything with them. My opponent goes first. I am on the draw. If I draw a forest, which I believe we have 8 sources, it might just be 7. We can do things. This is where I always get in trouble because I keep questionable hands, and then my opponent comes out fast and we lose. So do we want to do that? A couple of decent 3s. Not a bad 4. We can foretell this one on turn 2. Go into turn 3, and then on turn 4 play our other 3-drop and fight. But we would need 2 forests by then. And we need a forest for this guy, and then get some land. It has upside. The downside, if we go 2 turns without drawing a forest at all, we do nothing. I think I've got a mulligan. Here we've got one of each of our 3 main colors. We can keep this. And now the question is, what do we send back? And I'm going to send back the Icehide Troll just because I don't have any snowlands. And now we've got options for turn 3. And we'll see what our opponent does. So just a snow-covered island. And a swamp. So we've got blue-black right now. I could play a Guardian Gladewalker. Yeah, because if he's sitting on counters, I don't mind that getting countered for some reason. Otherwise, it's a 2/2, which builds the board. We've got 3 drops, and we can foretell this or hold on to this as a 6. For flyer that changes itself. What I want to do, I love this Horizon Seeker. I think I want to put it out. Of course, the not fold Recluse just trashes his 1/4. He can pump it to trade. Because otherwise I'm committing to that. If we draw another land, we can boast and foretell. Alright, so let's go to combat. We're not blocking with that guy for sure. He doesn't have the mana to kill us, so we'll see what he wants to do on that. And so interesting. I think we got to put down the flyer, get him to use his mana for the trade if he wants to. This, if we don't block, gives us an attack opportunity because we can't really block here when he can pump to kill and not force a trade. So I don't want to do that. But this one, we can attack and he can either take 4 or block and trade. Okay, so that one's good. That's going to cause us problems as we move forward. I want to just get more bodies on the ground right now. And so this is where it's interesting. If we attack, he has to take the 4. Otherwise, he's gonna attack and tap us down. To get his flyer in. If we attack, he's going to tap down the Horizon Seeker, which is fine. We kind of want to keep him alive anyways. So I think I can trade 4 for 4 because he can pump and tap. If he doesn't, and he offers the trade, we might just go for this trade. Because that being able to tap things down seems problematic. Okay, so that's good for him. This is some interesting stuff here. This Battlefield Raptor is nice. So that's interesting. So he did offer us the trade. He's got 2 cards. I'm not going to take it. He's got the untap. Effect, he can cause us all sorts of trouble. We can foretell a couple of cards. We can Horizon Seeker Boast. We've got so many options here. I want to go in and I think we're just going to try and kind of do a race here. If he's willing to trade 2 for 1 on that, I'm fine with that. Sure. That seems fine. I am definitely gonna pay. What do we need? Snow-covered plains. And we're going to foretell this. Alright, we're up to 5 mana next turn. This is not looking bad for us. This racing situation is okay. Be a problem. We're gonna have to kill something with our Iron Verdict here, which is fine. I don't mind him coming in. Oh, perfect. let's keep racing. Okay, no blocks. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna play Snow-Covered Plains. I think he's got 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. He has enough to kill us here. I think I'm gonna keep 3 back for Iron Verdict. We might just kill that now. So the question is, do we just... Yeah, we've got a land in hand, so we don't need that. I think we're just gonna... Oh, I'd like to Iron Verdict something. I think we're just gonna play defense here. For right now. Let him force in some damage with his flyers. And then we'll figure out what Iron Verdict is gonna hit, get another draw. Okay, so now he can make this a 5-2. Yeah, he's gonna tap down our reach. That seems fine. Gonna make this a 4-4. Sure. The question is, what are we gonna eat here? Do we eat here and here? I think. That's fine. Get some trades, sure. We lost our land fetcher, but we've got plenty of lands right now. He's also out of mana, so we are just going to Iron Verdict this guy right now. He can't stop my reach guy anymore, and we can play our own Gold Maw. So let's do this. Exile here. And have one attacker just to keep the pressure on. And it looks like we got it. Okay! That's not too bad. I'm happy about that. I like getting a victory here. So that feels good. We've got a 1-1 here. So yeah, it wasn't as fast as our first opponent, so maybe our deck's not too bad. Once we were able to kind of take control, turn the corner, we did good. So, all right, so let's go on to the next one. All right, we're 1-1, game 3 here. Let's see what we get. That last match was good. I think getting in those blocks, we profitably cleared his board. We went to defense at the right time. Recognized that he just had the power to kill us if we stayed on the offense. So those are my positive takeaways. And we did take a mull on a questionable hand. This one, I wish I had a little bit lower, but the lands are great. I would keep this as a 6 and ditch a land. So since my opponent goes first, I draw. I've got a free land, If we need the white, we can do that. Otherwise, I mean, we're 4/5 of the way to our Kittle Master. We're going to keep Horizon Seeker, even if nothing else happens, kind of gets us more land, thins the deck out, and we'll see what we get. Of course, a turn 1 Battlefield Raptor, really good for my opponent. I'm not gonna begrudge him that. Since I drew this island, we can play this as a plains without fear. We only need the island for that, for our double-faced card. Okay, so he is all in. This is definitely a more aggressive deck. Oh, we drew a... This is tough since I need a 2 white for him if I do get him. I think we're gonna play a white since I don't need double anything else. We already have a green. This lets me play black. Next turn, have all 3 colors on board. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit here. Ooh, this boast is good. I'm gonna let him build a board. Luckily, they're all pretty small creatures, so I'm not really intimidated. Definitely worried about him having a way to kill my Horizon Seeker. If we can attack with Horizon Seeker, I think it's worth searching out a plains so we can get Maja on board. Since we've got lands, Horizon Seeker keeps getting us lands, and the 1/1s will match up pretty well against his board. I'm just going to take the hits here. Keeping Horizon Seeker alive for our game plan is way better for us, I think, than walking into a trick here, even though we might be able to do this. Just the +1 kills him. So plus Maja is going to create tokens not as efficiently as our Usher, or as his Usher, but it will. We can always kill Usher if we need to. And we've got options here. Okay. So we can Blizzard Brawl. I don't own 3 snow permanents. He's out of mana, so we can't have a trick here. He can block, so we're going to do that. We're going to attack. We're just going to activate the ability now so I get it done. We're going to get our snow-covered plains. We're going to play our snow-covered plains, and I think so next turn we can play Maja, so let's just build the board. Yeah, this doesn't match up well against his 1/1s, but it definitely takes out the Usher. And it makes him have to kind of make some choices here. So I like this. As things stand now, the plan is play Forest. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm fine trading here, even if it takes a trick. Just because the values he's generating off of that Usher is way too strong. That's what I figure, is he's got wings or something. Okay, so now this is where things get interesting. Because we can poison. We're at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives us 3 turns still. We can play our swamp and poison. We can I can't foretell and play it. We can play Kennel Master. This is definitely interesting. Yuck. I'm gonna play Swamp. We desperately need to do that. Yeah, I just have to get rid of this guy right now. Target creature you control, target creature I don't control. No attacks. So this gives us 3 turns. We can fend off some attacks. Maja is going to let us take over. I don't know if Horizon Seeker is worth keeping alive or not. We're definitely playing, as things stand, we're going to play Maja next turn. Probably Forest. We might play the Island. To get the creature, we might take 3. Oh, that's fine. We'll take 3 here. That's perfectly fine. I didn't need him. We're playing Maja. This is going to get us 2 creatures on the board. Now, of course, if he does have a counterspell, that would be problematic. I should have thought about that for a second. So I'm going to play Forest. Okay, that's a problem. That's going to kill us in 2 turns. But we've got our Courser next turn. We've got another land to get another 2/2 out. This is pretty close. I think he was wrong to play Depart the Realm. I think he should have just... oh. That's a problem. That makes it less wrong. Each other creature I control. Yeah, I'm happy to trade, and I think I'm dead, right? That was close. That was rough. We were right there at turning the corner. Maybe we should have played both our 3s. You know, play out the land, play both of our 3s. We lose a little bit of value off of Maja, but we do have that flyer. I've got a 3/2 and a 2/2. All things considered, I still died to his play. Because I ended up with a 2/3 and a 2/2. And I would have lost both of my pieces of my board. I still think, I think Maja was the right play there. We were about a turn too slow on that. He had good cards when he did, had what he needed, and definitely was fast enough to keep us down. So, interesting. All right, so we're 1 and 2 now. This hasn't been bad. We're gonna claim these prizes. I'd love to get, I always want to get 50-50. I'd love to get 3 and 3. We've got a little bit of work cut out for us. Let's jump into the next one and see if we can at least get our second win before we get our third loss. So I'm thinking last time, I still think keeping was good. I'll go back through this video and of course kind of critique that. Things. Maybe we could have tried to poison sooner. Maybe we played a little bit too far into the long game. This hand looks good. Can get a 2, 3, 4, or a 2, 3, 4. Options. Options are 2, 3, 4, foretell and boast, and then 5. So I think we've got, I'm going first, that's fine. I think we've got options here. We've got the colors we need. I'm gonna prefer snow over regular plains just because we have a few things that do care about snow permanence. I think what I'm gonna do, now that I think about this, since this effect doesn't do anything right now and it's just a 1/3, I think I'm gonna foretell here, play Horizon Seeker on 3, and then on turn 4 I can poison and boast, or poison and vandal, or boast and vandal. I've still got, options all over the place. So we do need the swamp for that. Of course, I think I'm going to play Goldmaw Champion just because that tapping effect without him having any creatures, this puts him behind a whole turn. Even if he plays a creature here, I can tap it down. Ooh, double Horizon Seeker. That sounds fun. Do I care to poison this Infernal Pet? Not really. So let's go to attacks. I'm not going to tap it down because it's a 2/2. He can't really block with it. I will play a Horizon Seeker. I won't block if he offers the block. I do have 2. I might. We'll see what else he does. False is good. Bind the monster. That's fine. So now I've got to discard 2 cards. That's interesting. So if I keep the... Yeah, we're going to discard and discard. That's fine. We lose a land. We'll see here what I'm going to do is I'm going to Masked Vandal. I'm going to exile the Horizon Seeker to destroy his enchantment. And then I'm going to poison his Infernal Pet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I can keep this. I think I'm going to keep them both just because they keep advancing my board. It's hard. Maybe I want to go in to get some land. Maybe maybe I don't. But right now, being so far ahead on the board, I feel like plus the Horizon Seeker will let me search out land. So I like the options here. Interesting. Okay. These also give me air power. So I think we're just going to do that. I'm just going to play out to the board. He did get a Scry 3. So that's possibly very advantageous. My goal here is just to put air power on the board. I'll search out a snow-covered something for Horizon Seeker. And this is where this is interesting choices. So we're gonna go to combat. We're definitely attacking here. I think we're attacking here. If he wants to make the trade, if I draw another land, I can get this and get in some free attacks. So I think we're just going to attack one in the air, or just for 2 in the air. You got a land. We're going to play another. He's on a 3-turn clock in the air, which we can make a 2-turn clock if we draw a snow permanent or a snow land. All right, so it looks like he's going deep into wizards here. That's interesting. I don't think I have enough snow permanents for it, but I can grab one here. So let's do... It's only a snow sorcery. Yeah, so let's do these. Do this. Gonna tap this guy down. We're gonna search out a snow-covered forest. We're gonna let the attacks go through. We're gonna play snow-covered forest. And we're gonna Blizzard Brawl. And I think we'll see what he gets. But we've got enough air power here. To do that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 5-6. If we did all of those. If we... He can't block these. If he blocks both of these, I don't think that's worth it. I'm just gonna play it out in case he has a way again to make his discard or something. I'm gonna... I don't care. This is lethal. Okay, we did it. So that wasn't bad. So our deck is definitely mid-gamey. We do really bad if our opponent has a fast start. If in that one our opponent has an okay start and then stalls out trying to build up, we can definitely get there and do it. So I think that was a good game. I enjoyed it, at least. It's always better when you win, of course. On that. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to leave you here at our record of 2-2. We'll come back, finish this off, see if we can't get another win, at least one more win before we get our next loss on this deck. It's been interesting. I don't know. So leave us any comments if you think we made any mistakes, any misplays, something we should have done differently or considered. On that, I know there was, I think it was one of these games, the play where we ran out our creature and he had blue mana open, and we should have checked and thought about counters on that. I think we got lucky there. So anything like that, love to hear the feedback. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, guys.